Tip number one that Patty had is that something always goes wrong. Hey, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now? And we have an echo, but that's okay. Guys, thank you so much for joining. Okay, we're gonna put birthday wishes in here. Thank you, Sarah earlier. Thank you, Stories in Motion. And okay, so thank you guys for joining. Tip number one that was not in my notes or nowhere near is that expect something to go wrong. Thank you, Jimmy. Expect something to go wrong, because it will absolutely happen. It's how you go about it. And so I threw my husband into the fire to you guys. Can you guys hear me okay? I stopped the music because sometimes it does overpower. We have more birthday wishes. Thank you, Kristen. Okay, so I see Jimmy's handling the comments down here. So one of the things for me, and I do want to hear from you guys as well, because as I mentioned, I want to give some tips and tools for your 2023 planning. And I also want to hear your what you do. And so that way we could collaborate and help each other out. So thank you for the birthdays, and the volume is great. Thank you so much. I think me and Jimmy are fighting over it, like putting the comments in here. This is a lot of fun. Okay, so tip number one for me: expect something to go wrong. Um, what I want to say for two, which was my one, is that setting that environment with music or lots of lights for me has been a lot of fun. I don't have the video show through my phone. I do. I don't know if Jimmy, you could get it, my friend. It's actually in our website, and it's how we set that up and setting the environment. So for me, setting the environment will be key to have music, the lighting, everything prepared on their desk, clear desk, with whether it's the agenda, having the calendars up in the wall. I love to use big calendars, so it goes. So we go through big picture on the wall, and then personal work that we do with the paper that we'll have for fill in the blanks. So just setting the mood with lots of lights. And if you're not in a place where there's a lot of lights, then go ahead and do the lamps. What else do you guys love for environment? How do you set up an environment? So, Jimmy, if you're writing, okay, cool. You are. Oh, give Jimmy some love. He's on point here with tip number two, which was my one. And what a great reminder that things could go wrong. You could have everything laid out and planned out. Like I was not expecting to be in my phone, and I got like videos in here. Right here's my setup, which is no longer with me. So, but that's fine. And I did say that. Okay, so there's some. Let's not put the trolls that are coming in. That's awful. Anyway, we're gonna ignore them, not put them in the live in here. If you are joining from YouTube, and if you don't care about planning nor my birthday, you gotta go home, my friend. Okay, all right. So let me know how else you set up. Some people can do candles. It could be a fire hazard for some, but maybe this is something that you'd speak, Sarah. You and I, my planning nerd buddy. Yes, candles and quiet. Some people, actually, Sarah was one of those people. It's like, can you stop the music? Because she needed to focus. So it's gonna be different for people as well. And maybe you're a homeschool mom, in your 2023 planning is going to be with your family, and how can you set that up? So Sarah, thank you. Candles and quiet. asking your kids might not like quiet, right? They might want like woo music. But how do you start it up, right? How do you want to set the mood? So setting the mood, for the guys who are here, how do you set the moods during dates? Okay. So Jimmy will handle that. So yeah. So and then the tip number three, going backwards with your supplies. Now, one of the things that I mentioned, and I hope you have it ready because we're gonna dive right into it. It's having your posties. Mine are already up there. So what I like to start with supplies is that, and this goes to tip number one. Something always goes wrong. So I had ordered a pen for this, and it got shipped to my New York address instead of my Florida address. Wow, like seriously. Okay. And so like this is not fake news. This actually did happen. It's actually Jimmy. Did it arrive to our New York address because my favorite pens are there. So with supplies, setting up something that you like, and as you guys know, uh my journal is it's my first product, and has got all my planning beliefs and philosophies all in one, and how it has helped me and change, not change me, how it keeps me accountable. And the way I like to describe it, it's like my bestie and my business partner. This is like my bestie, my business partner. I'm not ashamed of saying that. Okay, I have a few besties in here. Shout out to Sarah, Kristen, Kayla. Okay, I got my besties and my honey, of course. I'm not sure if my sister's in here or my niece Claire, but it's where I put in. So bring the supplies that you believe in and that you love. Right, if you're setting it up for your family, maybe ask in advance. Maybe there's a preference between coloring pencils and crayons. I don't know. Maybe some of the markers, they hate the smell of it. I know Jimmy and I have been facilitators, independent facilitators, for a company called Global Arts to Go. And one of the things that I love about that is that in this company, one of the things she believed is in those scented markers. Jimmy, I don't know if you remember them, but I will absolutely want to surround myself with things that I like, because that's also part of setting the environment. And you could ask in advance, right? One of the things that I said, get your posties ready, bring your pen, grab calendars, and having all that is important. And I know we're already 15 minutes in, but I do want to. Okay, so we have some comments in here. So, okay, cool. I love the scented market. Yes, I don't. They're in New York, Jimmy. I don't know if you're in my office, but I have them all in a zippy bag. They are so delicious, especially I think it's like the watermelon and the strawberries. Goodness gracious, I love that. Okay, let me know what else you guys like in supplies. What do you like to bring? Because part of, you know, some of you know I love Kamari method. And one of the things that she talks about is what brings you joy, right? And it's starting from that point of things that we like, that set our mindset to already in a positive, in a strong way. And so okay, so uh Kayla is talking about like the markers. Yes. And this is why I asked, and I was clear. Planning nerds only. I got other friends. Planning is not their jam, right? I'm gonna oh babe, what are you smelling? Tell us. I think you're muted. or I muted this, so I think you're good. If you can hear Jimmy,
You
I
probably, I
had to
think you
mute
muted
it
me.
because I got two cameras going on. And oh my goodness. Okay, cool. That's one of the things that Jimmy loves that I started doing was mugs, putting your markers in mugs. So I have this mug of all of our dates between, like, I think in the last like 5-10 years of me and Jimmy, and it's cool to have that, right? So setting the environment, grabbing your supplies, because that's what we're about to do right now. So that's my tip. Let me know what else you do and you use for your supplies. Again, I want this to be an interactive. Sharing is caring, because I know you're planners out there, especially those that I just shouted out. I know this is what you do, and we all do it in different styles. So this is you take, you grab and do what you take. Okay. Okay, cool. Oh, thank you, Kristen. Yes, you go to that appointment. I love you. That's an organizer right there. She runs events. Got lots of knowledge, and I would love to hear it in the replay. Mwah. Thank you, Kristen, for sure. And thanks for coming through. Yay. Okay, so for the next thing that and this is by now, I guess this is tip number 4. And what I like to start, besides what brings us joy, is starting our calendar. And the calendar I have right here, it's for 4 months. So this is my December, my January, February, and March. I used to do the 90-day calendar, and now I'm loving the 120, um, because there's so many things that we have to manage. And guys, it's been really hard, both for Jimmy and I in the past 3 months. And so following those stickers are our contracts. So for us, that's really how we eat and how we survive. So those take huge precedent in our okay, sorry. Jimmy's writing the thing. Thank you. Thank you so much. And in our lives. So one of the things that I like to start off, and you could choose a color for me, is blue. I like to start off with my family and vacation. So if you already have booked your vacation, I know my sister texted me the day before yesterday about our Disney trip. We had a whole Disney trip planned out, and 2020 coronavirus came in the house, and boop, that was absolutely like plans went like wow, plane tickets, hotel reservations, all down the drain. However, we're going to Disney. Now, I that's what I wanted us to do. Have you set aside something that you're looking forward to? Okay? So setting your calendar with what, oh, thank you, honey, for saying joy. Setting your calendar to what you're looking forward to. Because in the midst of all these, whether that's homeschooling, our business, our careers, you know, it could get very overwhelming. So having something that we're looking forward to, I know for me, when I come to my desk, I'm able to see that. And usually, like I mentioned, it's all in blue, and that's what I want to do. I'm not going to actually do it with you, but it's having the markers and the stickers to have that. Usually, I have my work in red because red is important, and that's how we eat. But you choose your color. So choosing what brings you joy and in vacation and family. Thank you. Give me a shout out. Thank you, honey. I'm sorry that I thrown you completely out here with me. Let me hear in the comments. So have you already booked your vacation? Where are you going? And I know I'm gonna be in New York very soon. I'm gonna have lunch with Sarah. Woo! I mean, not lunch. We're gonna have coffee at our favorite spot. And what are those things that you're looking forward to? Because it's not if things could go wrong or south, it's when, right? And how we could reshift. I've had, like I mentioned, I've had a very rough 3 months. I was on the phone, well, texting with some of you. Okay, so I think Kristen said no vacations planned yet. Yes, my friend, great language. And so oh, I love this. Hold on, this just coffee with Patty. Yay. Thanks, Sarah. Yeah. So let's make sure. that we have something that's fun, that we're looking forward to, and choose that color, right? That color that you want. Usually, so Sarah, you're here in my journal in purple. So purple, I like my friend time, right? It's like the things that I know. Purple, I believe, stands for royalty. And you're a queen. I'm a queen. Why not? We could do purple. Kayla, when you had said you were gonna call me last night, purple again. When I'm looking forward talking to my friends, I like to choose the color. And so in the midst of like days that are rough, I know I'm looking forward to one thing, right? Whether it's on the phone or via text, because that works. Ooh, hold on a second. We got a comment. I think me and Jimmy are fighting with the comments. Thank you, Jimmy. Sarah means princess, so it works. Yes, yes, it does. So, what's up in your calendar? And if you are doing this for a corporate or for your team, what's one thing that your team could look forward to, or like your family, right? Besides vacation, it could be something else. It could be a what is the word? A volunteering somewhere. Ask your children, right? Because sometimes, a lot of times, we could say vacation, but why don't we ask our kids or our staff, like, to be more specific? What about vacation that you're looking forward to? So we all know that Sarah's New York vacation. She's looking forward to having coffee with me. I'm just kidding. So maybe you want to ask, okay, so in this vacation for my family, we're gonna go to Disney in February. What exactly? Like, I know Jimmy. Disney for him means Harry Potter. And same thing for my niece, right? Because they're huge Harry Potter fans. So, Jimmy, can you do some of the accent? That'll be fun. And I don't know if Claudia is here. I'm not sure if Claire was not feeling well. That's the future queen of YSuperstars. Okay, so let me see. I want to make sure I got all the comments in here. So, yeah, vacation, things you're looking forward to, and not just vacation. Specifically, what about that vacation? What is it that you're gonna do? Maybe this is you're gonna go zip lining, or you're gonna do something for the first time. Kayla, you go on vacation a lot, right? You recently were in Africa, and you were posting a whole bunch of pictures, right? And so maybe in the calendar, you could draw, like, for example, here for my February, I could draw watching like two wands for Harry Potter. I'm not like a Disney fan, but I love to see my husband and my niece like totally geek out on Harry. And it's fun to watch. They're fun, and I look forward to that. I love the fact that, it could be staying at hotels. Maybe I could put like a little hotel in there. All right. So when I know, Kayla, you haven't had yours yet. Sarah, I'm not sure. Ooh, hold on a second. I have a comment in here. Sarah, if you've planned out your vacation, but let's being specific about that. Okay, I love the idea of adding images. Great thought. Yeah, right. I don't know if you guys could see it. So I have my puppy over here. So my whole setup is a little messed up, but maybe I could bring you a little bit. Okay. So one of the things, so this Sunday, I don't know if you guys could see it, we're gonna be driving, and I like, this is my drawing of us going on a road trip. And can anybody guess what that is in the car? So we're gonna watch the finals for the World Cup, so I did like a little soccer ball. Anybody know what that little thing is? Let me see if I can zoom in. Whee. Yeah, visuals are entertaining for me. Yeah, I love the car. Yes. So inside the car. Yeah, I told you guys. I told you there's a Harry Potter nerd, and I love to do. Thank you, honey. That was very special. Okay, so in the car, that's Poppy. Those are Poppy's ears. Let's do a zoom. Okay, I'm gonna do a little freestyle in here. Those are her ears. Yeah, visuals are very important. Okay, all right. So one of the reasons, and I want to say this because I'm not a fan of the word like lucky. Blessed, yes. And I know when I am so specific and clear in my prayers, how they come true on when I'm really visualizing and being intentional about it. But what I wanted to say about the vacation, and this is a little story. Jimmy and I used to work for the YMCA, and we ran after school programs that also had holidays. So we only had 1 week of vacation in the whole year, just one. And I want to flip that around with the whole topic on vacation when you're doing your planning, into turn that into weekends, right? Like do little things. Sarah, you're right here, Coffee with Sarah, okay? Goal setting, right? Jimmy's coming tomorrow, right? I have a little plane. I have my 2023 planning lunch, right? It's like little things during the weekend that you are looking forward to. Thank you, honey. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Weekend bucket list, right? And so this whole vacation is awesome. And maybe there's no budget for it, but you definitely have the weekends. And they could be small. They could be as small as a soccer game. That's free, right? That's in YouTube, right? So my friends, absolutely what I love is to make sure that whether it's not a big vacation, that you put it in your calendar about these little kisses of a weekend bucket list, right? Because it's not until we're successful, we have the money, at least definitely not for me. Oh, look at Jimmy. He put my blog in there. Honey, you're on fire. I was so mad at you yesterday. Guys, we've had definitely a rough week. I'm so encouraged. I'm sorry. Good job, honey. That is exactly that's the link to my blog, which talks about weekend bucket list. Thank you, honey. That was amazing. I was like, on point. Okay, all right. So what we are at a half hour. Okay, guys, I want to hear more. I love the input as we're going through this. So one of the things, so telling a story to me is important. So let's say if you are facilitating a planning event, share from your experience, right? Like there was something different when I was talking, and then when I was pointing on like actual things that I'm doing. And I know I'm freestyling with my hand, and I had stuff. I had the whole setup in here to share. I'm not gonna be able to, but that's okay because I got other videos to share. Okay, cool. So let me see. Love the idea of weekend bucket list. Okay, it's a little hard to read, but anyway. Okay, so we got the things that we're gonna be looking forward to, whether it's a big vacation or small kisses during the weekend, right? Why? So we can shift from when we're having those hard days into the things that we're looking forward to. Okay. So after that, I don't know what number we're in tipping here. One of the things that I love to do is to put the events that you're brainstorming. When I brainstorm, I do things with posties. So, like I mentioned to you, these green posties right here, they're for our contract, right? So, it's important that I do posties because life happens. Tip number one, something often goes wrong. And for example, we were running program those 2 days. One of our mothers went to the hospital, and all of a sudden, I was able to shift my posties, right? So things happen. So when it comes to a project or a contract or something that you have, is that give yourself that freedom, or because a lot of people think that I'm like this robot that plans like every single day hour of my life. No, not at all, right? I gotta allow spontaneous thoughts and also life to get in the way. Like I said, someone in the hospital, that throws everything off. everything, right? So brainstorming posties, right? Because we were able to do this and put it in in a Excel spreadsheet for the school at the beginning of the year to let them know the dates that we were planning out. But we know things happen, right? So brainstorm if you're working on a project. I love to do posties because it allows flexibility, and then I'm not crushed. Because how many of you write stuff in your calendar and when it doesn't happen you're like, forget it, this is why I hate planning. No, I'm not setting goals. This is so discouraging. So give yourself some grace, right, and some space by doing things in posties. Okay, what are some things you could do in posties too besides contracts? You guys let me know, what do you guys think about this postie idea? How else do you brainstorm? Posties to us, it's everything. This is my drawer. So I got posties from here to Cuba, right? Little posties, big posties, skinny posties. Okay. Um, any size and color. That is absolutely. Thank you, Jimmy. So how do you brainstorm? If by the way, if you're watching the replay, please, I love to hear comments. Okay, I worry about posties okay, are you ready? Me too. You know what I do? Are you ready? I tape some of them. That's a great tip. Me too. So that's what I started doing. I just like tape that sucker in. Oh, okay. So you write yours in pencil. I love it. Yes. Pencil sounds good. Okay, this is cool, guys. This is how we help each other out. As you guys can see, things are in pencil in here as well. That's when we get back. I like to do birthdays in a certain color, and things like that. Yeah. Let me see what else in here. Haha, you love it. Okay, so yeah, Kayla, take those suckers. I love it. All right, how else do you brainstorm? Um, Jimmy and I also have brainstorming meetings. When I used to work at the Y, I will, let me see if I could draw it in here. I would grab a huge postie and I will put like a cloud with rain and thunder and put Miss Patty is brainstorming. People knew when that postie was out there was no knocking, no calling Miss Patty. Miss Patty's brainstorming, right? And that was like known and precious. So and why do I brainstorm? Um great ideas come in the shower while I'm driving. And when we put it down in a piece of paper, and especially whether in pencil or posties or whatever you use, and it's that power of that pen to paper. And really what it does, it clears space in that precious brain and mind that you have. It clears space for you, right? This is one of the reasons why I love brainstorming. So, okay, let's go back to if you're doing this with your family. This is a good time to allow like this personal break. Hey guys, grab a pen, your favorite color, your favorite scented marker. Just start draw some ideas. What do you guys like to do for the weekend? What's something new that you want to try? Right? Allowing that space for your family or your teammates or your staff um to give themselves that freedom. And what you're also doing is you're clearing mental space to allow for other things. All right. So okay, so after brainstorming, another thing that I like to do in this part, this goes back to the weekend bucket list, is that it's just to check in during the weekend where you're at. So looking at our intentions that we have set, it's going back in asking ourselves, reflecting. So Jimmy, I don't know, this is tip number 6. when you're doing your planning, is allowing the space. Ooh, what a word. Yes, babe. Check in. Okay. But and what I mean by checking in is weekly. You want to check in weekly because we write goals January 1st, and then we get discouraged by March, and then we say forget about our goals, and then you're done. What happens when we check in weekly is that we give ourselves like some time to really recollect our wins, what we're grateful for, and things that we're looking forward to, right? And it really, that it kicks off. It's like doing this oil change or putting gas in your car. Your car ain't gonna go nowhere, my friend, if you only put gas in January 1st. You gotta give gas every week, of your car is gonna be like, sorry, not taking you anywhere. And it's the same way with us with our intention. So one of the things that in the check-in tip is choose a date and time. And I'm not talking like an hour block. No, I'm talking about Sunday morning, sweet Sunday morning, 9 a.m. while I'm having my coffee. I'm gonna check in on the intention and some of our goals that I put in here. Just a sweet kiss, okay? Keeping it simple and sweet. Maybe it's when you go take your dog, um when you pick up your dog from daycare, right? On a Friday or something before you do yoga. I'm just throwing things in here. So now I want to know, how do you check in? Do you have a weekly check-in? Did that sound like chicken? How do you have a weekend chicken? uh again, if you're watching the replay, I love to read comments, and and if I haven't, now I'm going to go back to all my lives and make sure I'm reading all the comments, because not a lot of people know us. If you're watching on YouTube for the first time, please like and subscribe so we could get this channel going to different people. Cool. Oh, thank you, Claudia. That's my sister, everybody. I was having a rough morning. All I did was cry with my sister. You know what? We gotta like set ourselves up to win. Having people in your life that listen. So yeah. So when can you check in? In 15 minutes max. Like, when can you check in? This is why I love the post-it idea or the pencil, because we could erase, right, Carla? Sorry, Kayla. Is that, let's say you're in December. Okay, let's give something like a real example in here. Okay. So on the day that we had that incident with our mothers, right? And we had to move in on the days to make up for our work. Um, it allowed me to know that that weekend I needed to get in touch with the principal and just move the dates, right? So we have a meeting this Saturday to possibly move it in here. And what it does is like we're not dragging that till the end of program. It's like, okay, weekly I'm checking in. Where are we at? Hey, Mr. Principal, Mr. Assistant Principal, we missed some dates. When do we make that up? How do we keep going? Okay, cool. All right. Okay, so chicken. I want to keep saying chicken, guys. I really, I don't know. It's a chicken dance. Okay, 1:46. Okay, cool. I'm doing good on time. Okay, so having a time to check in on your intentions is awesome. The last one, and I want to end here unless there's other comments in here. We're gonna go. It's to weekly talk or write. And again, all these stuff that I'm talking about, it's in my journal. Okay, and my whole philosophy is all in here, all in one book. It's like, what are you looking forward to? Okay, so that's why writing our vacations, things that we're looking forward to, it's important to have it in your calendar, but also a weekly where wait, did I just hear chicken? Check in with okay, guys, I am really having a moment here with Jimmy in here. Okay, okay, cool. Oh wait, we have a comment in here. Thank you so much for great ideas. I'm going to leave early for my appointment because we have snow. What? Snow in Iowa. I love it. Of course. Happy birthday. Mwah. Kayla B is a planner, people. That girl, how many calendars do you got? Like, she's got so much wisdom. Thank you for joining Planning Nerd. Yeah, you go take care of that appointment. Okay, so we're at the last one. It's what are we looking forward to? It's besides the vacation. Oh, happy birthday, you got it. And what are we looking forward to for the following week? Okay, tip number 7, what are you grateful for? Yes, yes, yes. Oh, Sarah's back better than ever. Okay, Sarah, quick recap. I don't know what number you were in, but we went from brainstorming to checking in to see where your wins are, instead of waiting till the end of a project. So right now we're talking about what are we looking forward to, and this is in a weekly basis because, okay, again, with the same importance of writing your vacation for the long term, having the weekend allows small wins to pile up. And what happens when we have small wins? I know for me, I feel more confident about things. I know what to focus for the following week, right? So one of the things, the whole 80-20 rule, I could spend a lot of time doing like editing videos, and I haven't done videos in a while because they were consuming all of my time. What really runs my business is when I'm closing, whether it's clients or contractors. So my biggest thing is to be on the phone, to actually make and pick up phone calls, right? And so when we check in to look at our wins, what we're grateful, and to write down what we're looking forward to, it allows us to have a reset of what your God-given potential gifts are, your strengths are, and what you're looking forward to. So I'm not so the phone calls, they're fun for me because I love to communicate. Right. I love to drive out a message like this. It's my birthday and I'm doing this because I love this. Right. I love planning things. I love talking about my product, that it's a 5-year experiment that has allowed me to be not productive versus busy, right? Because there's a difference between being productive and, mind you, to handle all these stuff that happen in life, which they're hard. They're hard, right? Like I said, this is my best friend and my business partner right here, right? So when I'm having a headache, I open up and I go, okay, what am I looking forward to? Okay, and that was it, guys. What are you looking forward to for the following week? It's important because then you get to find out. Wait, what do we have in here? I don't know what that is. Jimmy, did you? Jimmy, you put the journal. That's the link to my journal in Amazon. Woo! Thanks, honey. Man, I love it. I should have planned this out to have you on it. Anyway, so for me, okay, having someone to manage the chat is so cool. It's so cool. All right. Anyway, so when we reflect, it gives us more confidence of the things that we're doing right. How many days and hours do we spend telling ourselves all the stuff that we need to grow in and be better at? It's exhausting to constantly, I mean, it's great. I know you're a lifelong learner. You want to learn, you want to get better. Yes, type A personality, older child syndrome to all of us. And I'm me, right? It's great. Let me tell you, when you work out of your strength, it's flow. It's productive flowing because you're finding joy in it and you're working out of strength instead of like constantly getting better, I need, and using that language. I should, I need to, and all this pressure language. Okay. So anyway, my friends, that was tip number 8. What are you looking forward to? So when we're planning something, it's having a check-in, a weekly check-in on what you're looking forward to. And it's not about perfection at all, whatsoever. It's about brainstorming. It's about having those small benches or those small benchmarks to see where you're at. And when you reflect, you will find out how you waste time. Listen, if you're on TikTok and reels like me or like Jimmy, come on, tell the truth. You know, it's you could check that in. You could ask your phone to tell you how much screen time you have used. Okay, but when we check in, we get to see where our time is going, where it's being wasted consuming versus creating and living life to the full, right? So it's living that life to the full, doing the things that you love to do. So you're not at the end, like I said, in March, everybody gets discouraged. That New Year resolution and January 1st. Why? Because we haven't, number one, we haven't given ourselves the room to brainstorm and make mistakes and readjust, reassess. It's okay to reassess, guys. You know, even with contracts, like I sign a piece of paper, right? The schools, you know, like there's flexibility, right? Well, with your clients, with other people, there's flexibility. Some of you, those homeschool moms, right? This is, I mean, I don't know what was the reason why you're homeschooling, right? Because you have that leverage, that power in your kids schedule, because life happens, right? Life happens, and we have that freedom. And again, it's not lucky nor blessed. You made a decision to teach your children. Shout out to the two homeschool moms right here. You know who you are. um but again, brainstorm and give yourself flexibility, so that way you could give yourself some grace, because you're already doing a great job. All right, and you're leveraging your gifts and talents to stay home with your kids, to redirect where you want to go with them. Okay. And so recap, brainstorming, looking forward to this weekend bucket lists. It could be small, guys. It could be, I don't know, for me, vegan ice cream, because you don't have them everywhere. But when I'm gonna have a vegan ice cream, I write that sucker down, right? I could draw it, right? You could draw in your calendar as well. So anyway, and then what are you looking forward to boost you? It's the gas. I don't know, Sarah, if you were here. Imagine filling your car with gas January 1st and not putting anything else in there until March, or for some people until December 1st. And you're like, what the heck happened to my year? What did I do? Where did the year go? It's putting gas every day in your car. And then for us, it's checking in with ourselves, putting gas for us, for spirit, mind, and body, right? By Okay, this is beyond mental health, people. Like, I might make a video, right? It's not hashtag mental health. It's pick up the phone and call somebody, right? Check in. I know a famous DJ dancer passed away. I got on the phone and I spoke to some of my friends, right? I've been going through a hard time, and I said, you know what? I want to talk to people more about this struggle, right? Like I mentioned earlier, I spoke to my sister this morning, basically crying for a good half hour, just basically crying and getting all that crap out. Anyway, guys, keep communicating. Thank you for joining me on my birthday to talking about tips and tools for your 2023 planning. This is my philosophy. It's all in here in the journal. I'll be making more videos. If you want more videos, if you already have purchased this and haven't used it or want to know more about it, this is what it is. It's flexibility, It's intention. It's working out our strength, our God-given talents. It's releasing. It's clearing, giving yourself more mental space by writing things down. It's by talking about your wins, your benchmarks, and about the things that you look forward to. That's putting, for me and my fellows, that's putting gas on myself so I could keep going, so I could be the person I need to be for my family, for my dog. Okay, I think we bore Poppy. She's definitely not a planner. But planning nerds, thank you for joining me. Please make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel on YouTube. One of my goals and the intention for this coming year is getting to 1,000 subscribers. Share this video, subscribe, hit the bell. Those watching the replay, thank you for coming back to the replay. Thank you for all the birthday wishes from my besties in here. Oh, you're welcome, Sarah. And Sarah, you were here too on the journal launch. This is so cool. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy your Friday. Um, get brainstorming. And I love you guys. Mwah. Thank you so much. And I'll see you guys soon. Sarah, see you for coffee. Woo! I'm so excited. All right. It is 1:58. Okay, guys. Thank you. Honey, are you still there? Oh, yeah. Actually, I could end it from here too. Okay, cool.
I'm still here.
Hey, there you
Do
are, honey.
you need me to end the stream?
Yeah. End the stream. Thank you for the comments, man. You were rocking those comments.
DJ Jimmy.
All right. Bye, everybody.